Bow, bow, bow. Hey there, folks. How are you doing today? Hopefully, you're all doing absolutely peachy keen, fantastic, full of the love of the Lord, and all that great stuff. I gotta tell you, I really like this song. This is Rumble. And I'm gonna put a thingy down in the description, and I'm gonna remember to do it this time because I'm a good cat. Sometimes you just start vibing and everything just hits just right, you know what I mean? You'll be doing your puja, or you'll be doing your worship. You'll be really meditating on God. And then everything will just kind of start to flow sometimes. Where, you know, sometimes you're sitting there and if you're doing a lot of like repetition, like mantra and stuff, you'll be like, okay, I'm on this number, I'm on this number, I'm on this number. But other times, you know, everything just slides all out there and then you get just perfect little thing going. I gotta tell you, that's kind of what it started to feel like when I really started to worship Makali. See, before I got into Makali worship, at first I was praying to Krishna on a regular basis. You know, maybe doing a little Lord Shiva here and there. But mostly devoted to Krishna because the Bhagavad Gita was the book that really got me into this tradition. But, you know, I was really becoming more and more attracted to the person of Ramakrishna. I started to study more and more about Ramakrishna, and I started to learn. And it kind of got me... I wasn't super deep at that point, but, you know, it got me interested. I'm like, you know, this person seems to have a great deal of spiritual acumen, and they're going for Makali. And hers was an image that kind of interested me for a variety of reasons. I found the sort of strict rules of purity and like remaining sattvic and things like that they just didn't feel right to me. Some people are like, oh man, they feel hard to keep. It's not so much that they felt hard to keep, it's that they just didn't. I didn't vibe with them. I'm using the word vibe a lot here, but you know, then as I continued on in my worship, I got more and more interested in specifically Makali. So I started praying to her. You know, the first time I really prayed to her, I had this kind of crazy experience where I felt like I was being lifted off the ground and choked. Then, like, you know, I like felt like I got thrown on the ground and I was like there in ecstasy. It was like super good, you know, super interesting. And I was like, okay, that's definitely a sign that I'm doing something correct or doing something kind of weird. So I kind of just kept pursuing it. And I just gotta say, her energy, her like manifestation, her reality, the way I see her, man, it just fits everything so perfectly. I don't feel like unwelcome in any way. I don't feel like I have to try like to bend myself. I feel like it's easy to bend myself to the will of Makali. You know, like I just go with her. It's so much easier. And, you know, it's kind of crazy to think about because for the longest time I always kind of referred to God as male, or, you know, basically in the idea that God didn't really technically have a gender. And then to discover this whole Shakta tradition and discover how like enriching and how wonderful it's been to like read these things, to read like the Triumph of the Goddess, for instance. And, you know, I also have a book over there in praise of the goddess and all these other things, and really understanding the deep well of the Shakti tradition and understanding that Makali is, you know, in everyone, and that this form of the deity just speaks to me so much because, you know, it's also like, you know, I'm the kind of cat, I at least have those moments where I'm like, well, you know, if everything is God and everything is going according to God's will, you know, you got to think about some of the bad things or some of the things that seem bad that happen in our world, you know, like war and devastation and things like that. You got to think about them and you have to be willing to reconcile them. You also have to be willing to think about, you know, like madness and like other things. And, you know, when I focus on Makali, it all makes perfect sense to me. And it all seems so interconnected and so easy. Whereas a long time ago, I would have really struggled with a lot of these questions, you know what I mean? So it's really wonderful to be able to just kind of approach deity, feel that love, feel that energy, and just be like, yeah, I'm home. I've just really, made my home in the divine feminine and just really, really bounced with it, really vibed with it. It's kind of crazy to think about too because, I've changed so much over the years, which is to think about where I was versus where I am now, and just to see how much more clear things feel now and how everything feels like it's going in the right direction and everything feels like you understand it so much better, and Ma gives you the tools to do that, and it's just really wonderful. And yeah, I just wanted to share all that. I just wanted to share all that, like what vibing with the divine feminine has done for me, man, dude, lady, NB, non-binary personae, person bot. Ah, yes, meat bot. We will call you meat bot. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that. I was just having a really nice time. Been really chilling, been really vibing out with Makali. And, it's not like I don't, still worship God in the male form as well. I got Jesus and Shiva and Krishna over here. I got Guru Nanak is still a strong inspiration, as is Saint Francis. It's not like I think it's actually a strict dichotomy. I think it's more like it's a different perspective that you can kind of lean towards other perspectives, and it really, really just makes everything so much clearer. She's so powerful, she's so beautiful, and it makes you realize, oh, everybody has the same mother, so we should all be brothers and sisters and take care of one another. Not to mean Jimmy Dean, and we all get to vibe with this great, mature cosmos together, and that's really neat. Okay, that's just what I wanted to share today. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful one. I hope you know that I love you and God loves you, and bye-bye, I love you, bye. Have a great one. Also, Makali. Okay, bye, I love you, bye.